All right, so I've been looking at this story. I saw this story earlier on YouTube where this girl, she got fired. She said she was being micromanaged. We're going to get into it. I'm going to show you the clip. You could tell me if she was fired for cause or she was fired for no reason.
He can't say that.
Sir, you can't
Is he
say that.
allowed to say
I'll say
that?
it louder. The video does start out a little slow, so I'm going to give you the context. She says she was fired. She's on the phone in the beginning with some person, and they're telling her, hey, don't wait until they fire you. You just go ahead and quit first. You know, get in front of it, get ahead of it, quit, and don't give them the satisfaction of walking you out the door.
Hi guys. So I don't know why I'm smiling so much, but hey y'all. So a little bit earlier, y'all heard a conversation. I was speaking with someone at work, and she was just really giving me like the motivation and talking to me and like telling me it was actually like HR, and I've never had HR who was that kind. So shortly after that, her advice, she was like, I want you to get ahead of this. And I called my friend and I was like, should I quit? Like, I don't want to quit. I was like toying with it so much. And when the lady was like, you should get ahead of it, I just didn't know what to do. So
She said the person that she was on the phone with in the beginning, which I told you guys I spread it up so that we didn't waste each other's time. But the person told her from HR to get ahead of it. Just go ahead and quit. Don't give them the satisfaction of firing you. I'm going to tell you right up front, I'm new to being a civilian. I was in the military for 12 years, but I thought once you quit, you're giving up your opportunity to file for unemployment. So this sounds like a bad idea. Why would HR call you and tell you, hey, just go ahead and quit yourself? Don't let them have the satisfaction of firing you and having to pay you out unemployment. Get ahead of it, quit, and then you have no money at all. She said that HR called her and she never felt so close with HR. She never felt like anybody from HR actually cared. She never had a conversation with this lady before. HR is not there to be your friend. We know that they're there to protect the company. They're employees of the company. They want to protect their job, and their job is to make sure that the company doesn't have any fallout with any employees or any backlash where they get sued.
I was thinking about it. Just continue with work. And then literally, I kid you not, 30 minutes later, my manager got on a call with her manager. HR was not even on the call, and I got fired. So I'm feeling like Dochi. I got fired today. And everyone's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it's like, I'm sorry too that I had to go through that, because if I can tell y'all that the last 4 or 5 months at that company have been literal hell. It's been literal hell. I mean, like such a toxic micromanaging manager. It's like from the day I started, it's like she didn't trust me. Like from the day I started, she was like, you need to put everything in this document. I need to know every inch of everything that you're doing, and I need to be CC'd on all of your emails, and you need to respond within 30 minutes. Like, I was like, okay.
She said that her experience with her manager was as soon as she got there, she was being micromanaged. The lady was telling her what the expectation was. Hey, when you get an email, you need to respond in this time frame. Send me this, this, and this. That sounds like she was telling you the expectation of the job. She's telling you, hey, this is how we conduct business here. And if you're going to be part of the team, if you're going to be a we, then this is the expectation that you need to follow. And this is the time frame in which we respond to emails, because we have a client to serve. And in order to serve that client the best that we can, we're going to conduct business in a certain way. And she doesn't like that. That's not micromanaging. That's explaining the boundaries and the expectations to me. And we've heard, of course, the stories about women clashing with their leadership. It's not a new thing. We've heard these horror stories, women in power and their subordinates, they going back and forth. They don't really get along. I don't know all the context of the relationship between this lady and her manager, but from what she's saying up front, right up front, is the lady came there, gave her expectations, and she didn't like what the expectation was. Not that there was any additional issue, at least from the context that we have right now.
I've been in this field for the last 5 years, and you're probably the worst manager I've had. And it's so crazy because I remember my second month, I went to HR on her because I was like, oh, yeah, no, she's a little crazy. Like something's going on, which makes sense because everyone's like, well, not everyone. When I got back from Ghana, like somebody on another team had called me and was like, yeah, your team was a dumpster fire before you got on the team. Apparently, they had fired the whole team, got a new team, and then when I started, and like me and four other girls started at the same time, literally same start date. Three girls quit on the team, and so I was just like, oh my gosh, like it sucks not having a job now. Like it sucks not having a job, knowing the job market, but I feel so like I just trust God. I trust God in this process. So, yeah, if y'all know any people that's hiring, let me know. But
She said that she's been in this field for 5 years and this is the worst manager that she's had. You don't have to get along with your manager. Is it helpful to get along with your manager? Does it make the team run more smoothly? Absolutely, it does. But that's not a requirement for the job. You come there to get a paycheck. You have certain deliverables that you're responsible for giving out to the team. And that's it. That's all. As long as you're giving those deliverables and they're giving you your check, that is the end of the agreement that you made with them. She went to HR to tell on her manager. Now she works for the company, the manager works for the company, HR works for the company. They have to go have a conversation with that manager. And if she's doing nothing wrong, you're just putting a target on your back saying, hey, me and this lady don't get along for whatever reason. If she's doing her job and you're doing your job, they're going to side with her. You're not going to win that battle. But let's go see what the comments had to say, what kind of feedback she got. The first comment says, did you record the call of you getting let go? It's odd you could still log into the system and HR wasn't on the call. I'd have logged on the next day like nothing happened, or I got a letter saying I was let go. It is kind of weird for HR to give you a heads up. I know that she said that the person was trying to be cool. I've never heard of a situation like that. I'm new to being a civilian. Maybe that's just outside of my experience. But for HR to call you, tell you you're about to get fired, and to get ahead of it, go ahead and quit, and then your manager to call you 30 minutes later and actually fire you without HR being on the phone, that sounds a little crazy to me. This is the last comment we're going to read. It says, I did quit before I was fired. I was over the BS. Fortunately, I was financially secure and didn't need unemployment. It was the best decision I ever made. I took 6 months off to get my mental health back. That was the first thing I thought when she said HR advised her to quit. I'm like, aren't you going to miss out on unemployment? Of course, like if you're financially secure, like the person in the comments was, then it's not as big of a deal, right? You can say, hey, I'm going to jump ship before anybody has the opportunity to fire me, because that's going to hurt a little bit if you're being let go from a job. But unemployment being contingent on the fact that you were fired is not, HR advising you to quit, that's not conducive to the result that you want. I don't know what kind of employee she was. I don't know what the situation between her and her manager was, but I do wish her luck. I hope that she has the opportunity to get another position, and maybe it was the manager. It could absolutely have been the manager, but to me, based on what she was saying, it sounds like she was the problem and she needed to go, and that's what happened. And the team is going to be better off for it. While we're talking about being a productive member of society, we've got this story where a lady named Ashley St. Clair has recently come out and said she's had Elon Musk's 13th child. If you've been around the channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm not a fan of people just having kids, dumping them into the world, and not sticking around to make sure that they have the best situation. And that best situation is two parents in the household, two married parents in the household contributing to that kid so they have the best chance at being a productive member of society. This post says, 5 months ago, I welcomed a baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days, it has become clear that tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. I intend to allow our child to grow up in a normal and safe environment. For that reason, I ask that media honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting. So like we said, this is Elon Musk's 13th child. We've talked about this same type of situation with Cam Newton. We talked about the same type of situation with Nick Cannon, and we said that it's a bad situation. It doesn't matter who it is. It's not good for a kid to be brought into this world and not have the opportunity to be raised with their mother and father in the same household. We know that Elon Musk is a billionaire, but that doesn't change the fact that this is absolutely bum behavior. He's over there at Doge. He's working hard, and congratulations to him on all of the success of the stuff that he's wanted to implement. He's having his way. But it seems like he's ignoring his kid. And if it was any other race, if it was black people, if it was a black American that was doing this, the media would be ripping them. Nobody from the right seems to be shaming him. I thought it was conservative values to be married, not have kids out of wedlock, take care of your kids, and not, you know, and for the father to be in the household. But he's not in the household, as indicated by the fact that this lady is saying that she can't get in contact with him. She had no intention of revealing this to the world, but somebody in the media was going to report that they had a kid against her will, which is some slimeball behavior. If somebody doesn't want to reveal the fact that they had a kid and they don't want their kid in the media, you should absolutely leave their family alone. But we know we live in a society of vultures. People want to make sure that they have the first scoop on whatever news that it is. So she revealed the kid before the kid was revealed by somebody else. But conservative values say you're supposed to be family first. This doesn't seem like it's family first. This guy's got 13 kids by 4 different women. But let's see what the conservatives actually had to say about this situation. This first comment says, the whole world is so lucky you've brought life into the world, and the whole world has got you and your families back. First off, I want to say congratulations to her. It is difficult for a woman to bring life into the world. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with the pregnancy, with the delivery. You know, the baby could have health problems. So congratulations to her. But I thought that we were upholding the value of traditional family values, of the nuclear family. That's not what Elon Musk is upholding, even though he's preaching the value of conservative politics. He's got 13 children by 4 women, and he's abandoned this woman. And we've got to assume he's abandoned the other ones too, because there's no way that you can split your time well enough between all the work that you're doing at Doge and 4 different households with 13 kids. Somebody is missing out on having the fathering experience. This lady is not getting any backlash about the fact that she's having kids with somebody that I thought he was married or he was in a relationship. So she's not getting backlash for that, and he's not getting backlash for not being a present father. Obviously, there's some factors there that people are ignoring. I'm not going to say what they are. You can guess it. You can guess for yourself what they are. But one of them is the fact that he's on the conservative side and he's their leader. For whatever reason, all the Trump people, the MAGA people, they follow him blindly. They look at him with so much reverence for all of the companies that he started and all of the things that he's contributing to the world. But despite all of that stuff, you're not aligning with the values that you said you're aligning with. So that sounds like being a hypocrite and fraud to me. This comment says, if this was any Democrat posting similar messages, it would be full of conservatives replying with abuse and shame. But since it's someone on the right, it's all fine. They don't want to upset Elon in case he takes away their blue tick. The right are the biggest hypocrites. I've never seen this level of hypocrisy on the left. I'm inclined to agree with Diego on this post. If this was somebody on the left, it doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be anybody in the media. There would absolutely be a different response. But we know how much the right loves what Elon Musk is doing with Doge. We know that he owns Twitter, and he's easy to cancel anybody that criticizes him. Regardless of if he says he's for free speech or not, when anybody criticizes him on X or says something that he doesn't like, he will flag their post. There will be a notification on their post saying, hey, X doesn't like your post and you violated some rules. We know that to happen. But we don't see any backlash or vitriol from the right telling him that he's a deadbeat father or any of that type of stuff. Is it because he's aligned with Trump? Yes, it is. Is it because he's the head of Doge? Yes, it is. Is it because he donated $300 million to Trump's campaign? Yes, it is. All of these things are true. Regardless of how anybody feels about it, Elon Musk is failing as a father. He's unmarried, and he's everything that the right says that they hate.